Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Battle Nexus for the Game Boy Advance. We completed Stage 2 and found all the crystals in that stage last time. This is World 1, Stage 2. I need to remember how the level layout is for this game. And now we have the third stage of this world. We need to find 10 crystals, and this is amazingly easy to get through. It doesn't matter who you play as in Stage 3, because you're going to be doing the same thing with all 4 of the turtles regardless. So I want to save Raph for when I can actually play as him in a side-scrolling stage. I'm going to use Leo. Now here, you're throwing shurikens with B, you're jumping with A, and these guys to the right that are just trying to fire at you, they will be dropping crystals every so often, and you want to make sure that you get them too. There are 10 crystals here. They're not that hard to get at all. Just make sure you don't get shot and you should be okay. The only real challenge is from the enemies that pop up from the left. Thankfully you can hold left on the control pad and you can easily aim in that direction. Just make sure the balls don't hit you. And there we go. Some of these guys will also leave crystals when you destroy them as well. And if you keep pressing A to attack, not A, but B to attack, you can float for a little while as you keep attacking. And you'll just kind of glide in place, and this will make it easier for you to destroy enemies on the way. And if you charge, you can charge up by holding the B button and throw a multi-way shot, but I find myself doing this a lot more. And I want to make sure that I get that and that. Really easy level when you know what to do. You can also aim upwards by holding up and pressing B as well. And of course, there was that thing at the lower left-hand corner of the screen where you can see how far you've gotten in the stage. We made it all the way to the end in one shot. And because this took so little time, I'm going to go ahead and go through Stage 4. There are 2 turtles that I want to play this stage with. I'm going to get the harder one out of the way right now, and that is Michelangelo. You have a new hazard here when you start Stage 4. These little infrared beams. You do not want to be spotted by these. If you do, 2 soldiers will come out of the little orange mechanical doors on the sides of the room, and you'll have to hide inside a doorway until they decide to leave, and the alarm stops going off. Yeah, this orange door to the right here, don't worry about trying to get into it. That's where the soldiers come out of. You don't want those to open. Also, these little purple posts, those are the limits for these infrared beams that scan from the ceiling, and you can stand near them if you need to, in case you are caught between 2 laser traps. Just like that, you can avoid them super easy in case you have one after the other. And forgot there was a third one. Yeah, for each of these areas, you just want to get in the doorway before the laser gets you. And in case they do get you, just go in there anyway. The soldier will leave you alone. Just wait for them to leave, and wait for the alarm to stop running, and you'll be okay. And now we have these things. Now these things will shoot lasers at us. I will have to get that as Donatello, though I could have easily have gotten this one with the other turtles anyway. You can actually, those robots that I destroyed, you can actually stand on them. Like, I'm not even kidding. You can just stand on them and use them as a platform, and that's what I should have done. I'll be getting it with Donatello anyway. Yeah, Donatello is the other turtle that I need to use for this. Also, right here, press down. You'll hang off the edge. That'll allow you to get that crystal right there. And here's something you can do only with Michelangelo. We're not going to go through this door yet. Instead, we're just going to make a running jump. And then we're going to wait for him for starters. But also we need to float all the way to the other side here and get to here. This will allow us to get some crystals that we wouldn't have been able to get with any of the other turtles. Obviously, you need to get this one, but we also need to crawl through this little crawl space here and go through this area. Now we need to hang our way over to here. We need to shimmy our way over to this area. And we can thankfully destroy that block and get the crystal that is underneath, and that's not a thing that I wanted to do. I forgot about that other laser barrier. But by getting over here, we get a crystal. And I need to make sure that I'm ducking. That way I can get over there. Now, there's actually more to this room. Believe it or not, there's a platform right there. And we can float our way to the left and use our charge attack to break these blocks and get 3 more crystals. Now we need to make a wraparound jump to get over here. That's the only way you're going to be able to go back up. And thankfully the enemies do not respawn. So yeah, you don't have the double tap to do the float. You can just hold the button down and the game will do it for you. Yeah, thankfully the game gives you this right plus A as a hint that, hey, you can go here as Michelangelo. Really nice touch that the game does. And now, we have this room. Those blocks to the left, I don't think we can break those with Donnie. Or without Donnie. Yeah, we can't break these without Donnie. You can also break them with Leonardo, amazingly. And I also can't get up there without Donnie. Ugh. Well, at least we have the shortcut back. That's nice. And I'm going to have to wait in the laser barrier. Fun. Well, I suppose that couldn't be helped given how fast I tried to get through that. I'll go ahead and get the health. And from here, I will drop down. And I will need to carefully make my way over to the red door. Because there's really nothing else that we can do here. Just waiting on these things. Also, I should probably get a drink of tea while I'm doing this. Oh no. See, this is what happens if you trip the alarm. 2 guys show up. They start looking for you. When they can't see you because you're in the doorway, they disappear. The alarm eventually stops, and the lasers show up again. You know, though, yeah, that's what happens if you mess up on the laser scanners there, and I almost messed that up again. Would not have been able to go through the door if I did that. Yeah, in case you trip an alarm, the doors won't open for you. So we got a red card from that one guard where we couldn't go any further. And we have to use a red card to go through this door with a little star above it. Now, if you drop down here, you'll go to the exit. But if we go over here, if we use the monitors... Really? I thought I killed him. If we go up here and use the monitors, the little consoles here, we can make our way over here, but we still have to go down here with Donnie. So I'm going to have to play through this stage a second time. Ah, well. Well, not much else we can do now except to just drop down and play as Donnie to get through here. Because once you drop down here, you reach the exit. You get back on this hoverboard. Stage 5 will automatically be a hoverboard stage, just from that. And it'll be more shooting down all sorts of floating machines with enemies that want you dead. In case you're wondering what stage 5 is. Just the same as level 3, except more things. And it's time to go through here as Dawn. Alright. Now, thankfully, it'll be a little harder to mess things up around here. Now that I have the up A ability for the super jump. Once I get the bow staff, of course. I'm still gonna need to find the weapon to do that with. Alright. Just need to make sure that we make our way through this part. And we just got one more of these to go, and I'd rather not even speed my way through this because I know that I'm going to mess it up if I do. Alright, we can climb up here. Finally. And if we mess it up, we can get the bow staff. We can use that as a means of getting the crystal. Alright, yeah. In case we didn't use the robots, we can get over here with up and A. We can use Donatello's super jump to get up there. Okay. No, don't want it. Well, I managed to avoid that anyway. Good. Yeah, the robot can still hit you from there, in case you were wondering. And now we need to make our way up to the door here and do this again. Now this time, we can go ahead and beat this guy up. And from here, we can use the super jump to get up here for health if we need to. Now, believe it or not, down B charge attack, charging up, holding down on the control pad, and then releasing B. Turns out, this move has a purpose after all. We can break blocks that are under us. It'll take 2 tries, but at least we'll be able to break through them nevertheless. That's not what I wanted to do. And there's a big crystal. And now we have that for starters. And now we have a way of getting through to here. But I still want to grab the... There we go. We still want to go over here, though. We still want to do things here. Ah. Ah, he still kicked me. I thought I was going to be able to hit him with the... Still hit him with the multi-stab attack, but apparently that was not going to be the case. And these 2 blocks that I broke will contain some crystals. And this little crawl space will also give us another one, so that brings us up to 17. Which is great. And now we need to get back up here. And we need to go through the door again. And we're now going to have to take the harder way across, because that's the only way we're going to be able to get to the door from here. Sadly, we don't have the ability to float around with like we did with Mikey. We have to drop down and take the narrow path across. And now that we have the red card again, and there's nothing more that we can do around there, we're going to have to go back to the red door, open that up, and then go to the blocks that we missed. There were some blocks that we couldn't break as Mikey. So we're going to have to break him as Donnie. Alright. So far, so good. Let's make sure we don't mess this up. Because I really don't want to wait around any longer than I have to for soldiers and alarms to stop going off. And managed to get through that without a hitch, thankfully. Put the card in the slot. Go in here. And we're going to have two guys coming right after us. Alright, now the blocks in question are at the top here. Because that's where we saw them. I'm going to go ahead and use my super jump to get over to here. Smack this guy right in the back. Get rid of him. And there are the blocks. Still going to have the weight on the laser barriers, but that's alright. Can I get through here? Good. I can. And there should be a big crystal in here. There better be a big crystal in here. There is. Now we can just go all the way back to the bottom, drop down, and we can finally finish this level. And of course, I'm going to have to use the consoles one more time to lower that platform, and then I can get down here. Perfect. We are done with stages 1-3 and 1-4. We are batting 1,000 as far as crystals are concerned for this first world. And stage 5, we're going to be back on the hoverboard. We're going to be destroying more things. And then it's going to be on to stage 6, where we will get the last of the crystals. Hopefully. But that will have to wait until the next video. Join me next time where I wrap up the first world of TMNT2 Battle Nexus for GBA. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!